Hey everyone, this is Mark Bozon, and I'm here to give you guys a video review of ssx-blur on Nintendo Wii. If you're a fan of EA's big franchises or you owned any of the systems last generation, chances are you probably already know the SSX series. It got its start on PS2 with the original game, and since has evolved into a franchise that really reinvents itself with every release. If you don't know SSX, it's all about selecting a rider, shoving some gear on him, and hitting the slopes. All the environments and tricks are totally over the top, and it's kind of like the old school Cool Border series back on the original PlayStation. With Blur, EA wanted to bring a taste of all the older SSX games together and really make use of the Wii controller as well. So you're getting this kind of hybrid game with a few borrowed tracks, a new theme, and an overall new control scheme. To move your player around, you'll be tilting the nunchuck and moving the analog stick along with it to lean your character. For all in-air spins and flips, you simply flick the controller up and down or left and right to pull off the move. For grabs, just tilt the nunchuck in any direction and hold the Z button. If it seems complicated, it's because it really is. SSX has this kind of casual feel to it, but it's also a game for the Wii hardcore crowd specifically. Everything from trick combinations to the insane Ubers takes a ton of practice, but the game also ends up being really rewarding for that same reason. SSX interface makes use of a great style. It's really sharp and colorful, and everything kind of slides in there with like a pop-up book feel to it. All the main menu interface is used with the Wii IR, so it's just like a computer mouse. Once you create a profile, you can either jump into the career mode, take on specific runs in quick play, or grab a second set of controllers for multiplayer. The bulk of the game's in the career mode though, which is centered around the main three peaks, just like all the most recent SSX games. Each one's set up with different runs and events, and you can basically take them in any order that you want. You can either attack these runs individually, or you can cruise down the backcountry in free mode if you don't want that kind of event feel that SSX games have previously brought. Once you medal in enough events, you'll open up new tournaments, and then move on to other peaks of the mountain. SSX brings back the same modes as the previous games, so you'll be playing through a ton of the old events, such as racing. You'll do big air, which is essentially just taking into the air, trying to pull off a few huge tricks. You'll be doing slope style, which is also kind of this trick attack mode where you go down a main run and try to get as many points as you can. There's also slalom, which you'll just be flying between gates, kind of taking your time on more precise carvings. And then the half pipe mode, where you basically drop into the half pipe and try to get as many points as you can. As you progress through the game, you'll end up earning more boards and skis for your player, and you'll be upgrading your stats along the way as well. No matter which character you can use either boards or skis, it doesn't really matter. Overall, the game feels great, but it definitely has a really huge learning curve to it. The Uber tricks take a ton of practice, since each one is basically pulled off by drawing actual shapes on the screen with either the Wii remote or the nunchuck, or a combination of both. It can take a good hour of gameplay just to get used to pulling these things off, but I love the fact that the actual skill is needed in nailing these tricks. There's way more depth in the game in SSX-blur because of it, and it really gives you the feel that you're pulling off the tricks, not just holding down the B button and watching it happen. Really, that's what makes Blur an awesome title for hardcore Wii gamers. The game's got a beautiful look, it runs in 480p and widescreen, and the whole audio system kind of morphs as you play, so when you start to kick ass, you really feel the more intense beats behind you. The entire soundtrack's originally composed by Junkie XL, and it really brings this new feel to the game that we didn't get with the EA tracks in previous SSX games. On top of it all, needing actual skill to pull off your Ubers has made this one of my favorite games on Wii thus far, and easily my favorite SSX game in the franchise. We gave this one an 8.4 in our Editor's Choice Award. To see the full written review, check out Wii.ign.com.